As we approach the age of 60, we begin to realize that our legs, once a solid foundation for a lifetime of activity, have become fragile and more vulnerable than ever. Have you ever suddenly noticed that the familiar staircase has turned into a challenge, with each step feeling increasingly heavy? In the past, standing up and sitting down was a simple task, but now it requires effort, sometimes even needing to hold on to the chair. The persistent aches in the knees, the numbness in the calves or ankle, these recurring sensations make each day slower and more cautious. Many people think that it is all just due to age, an irresistible natural law. But in fact, there are silent causes that we pay little attention to, which significantly contribute to the weakening of the legs day by day. Among them, eating habits, especially the choice of fruits, are one of the hidden culprits. You might be surprised to hear this. Not all types of fruit are good for an aging body, especially after the age of 60. Some fruits that are praised for their nutritional value actually pose risks that can worsen problems with the legs, joints, and blood vessels in older adults. The reason is that they contain high amounts of natural sugars, various acids, or compounds that can easily trigger inflammatory reactions, negatively affecting circulation, joint health. So why can fruits that are considered golden foods become a threat to leg strength? And what are the 7 common fruits that people over 60 should consider removing from their daily diet? Let's explore safe alternatives that help you maintain flexibility, health, and a steady feeling with every step. In our physiological changes after age 60, when fruit can become a hidden enemy, the human body is a sophisticated machine, but after 60 years of operation, it begins to show inevitable signs of wear and tear. Metabolic processes slow down. Digestive enzymes, especially those that process sugars and acids, no longer function as they did in youth. Foods that were once easy to digest now become a burden, causing the body to work harder to absorb and metabolize them. At the same time, blood vessels gradually become less flexible. Vessel walls harden, and the vessel lumen narrows, making it more difficult for blood to flow to the limbs. The legs, which have to bear the entire body weight, are therefore the most noticeably affected. The sensation of cold feet, numbness, or even swelling of the ankles and calves is no longer unfamiliar to many elderly people. Not only that, the joints also gradually weaken. The cushioning cartilage thins. Less synovial fluid is secreted, and the bone ends are more likely to collide during movement, causing pain and inflammation. The immune and endocrine systems also change, causing the body to react more strongly to inflammatory factors, even those substances that are normally harmless to young people. It is precisely in this context that some types of fruit can make this condition worse. The sugar in fruit causes blood sugar spikes, acids irritate the joints, and fructose is metabolized into uric acid, causing gout pain. All of these make your legs heavy, weak, less flexible, and even unstable when moving. 7 types of fruits people over 60 should avoid to keep their feet healthy. 1. Pineapple, a double-edged sword in the fruit world. Pineapple has long been praised for containing bromelain, an enzyme with anti-inflammatory effects that supports digestion. However, for the elderly, pineapple poses several risks. The natural sugar content in pineapple is quite high, which can easily cause sudden spikes in blood sugar levels. High blood sugar not only affects overall health, but also directly damages the capillaries, including the blood vessels that nourish the joints and leg muscles. In addition, bromelain can interact with commonly used medications in the elderly, such as blood thinners or blood pressure drugs, reducing their effectiveness or even causing an overdose. As a result, the legs become easily fatigued, feel heavy, and climbing stairs or walking becomes more difficult than before. Add 2 bananas, more harm than good for your feet. Bananas are rich in potassium, vitamin B6, and fiber, and are often recommended for people at risk of cramps. However, after the age of 60, the body's ability to metabolize carbohydrates in bananas decreases significantly. The carbohydrates in bananas are easily converted into sugar, causing blood sugar levels to rise rapidly. Prolonged high blood sugar not only causes insulin resistance, but also leads to poor blood circulation to the limbs, especially the legs. Moreover, bananas can cause water retention in the body, leading to swelling in the ankles and knees, increasing pressure on already weak joints. If you eat bananas daily, you will easily notice heavy thighs, slow walking, unstable joints, and difficulty turning or standing up and sitting down. And 3. No, sweet but full of danger. Grapes are very rich in antioxidants, especially resveratrol, which is good for the heart. However, grapes contain a very high amount of fructose, a type of sugar that the liver is responsible for processing. When the liver cannot metabolize all the fructose, it turns into uric acid, which deposits in the joints, such as the toes, ankles, and knees, then crystallizes into urate salt crystals. This is the cause of sharp pain, gouty arthritis, and reduced mobility in the elderly. Many people believe that eating grapes is good for health, but they do not realize that they are silently accumulating the risk of joint pain, swelling, and gradually weakening their legs. As for watermelon, the sweet summer trap. Watermelon is more than 90% water, seemingly a safe choice to quench thirst and replenish the body's fluids. However, watermelon has a very high glycemic index. When eaten, the sugar in watermelon is quickly absorbed into the blood, causing blood sugar levels to spike. For people over 60 years old, this reaction is even stronger, easily triggering inflammatory responses throughout the body. The consequence is that you will feel tired when walking, your calves will burn, and your joints will stiffen in the morning. Especially if you eat a lot of watermelon at once, which is a common habit. It is no different from loading your body with an amount of sugar equivalent to sweet cakes and candies. 5. Orange. Vitamin C is not always a miracle cure. Oranges are famous for being rich in vitamin C and are trusted by many to boost immunity. However, oranges also contain citric acid, a type of acid that can irritate the joint lining, especially when the cartilage has thinned due to aging. The sugar in oranges also contributes to triggering inflammatory reactions. If you frequently eat oranges, you may experience morning joint stiffness, pain when standing up, and even noticeably weakening legs. And 6. Green apples, the fake healthy cover. Green apples are loved by many for their slightly sour taste, low sweetness, and high fiber content. However, green apples contain malic acid, a type of acid that is difficult for the bodies of older adults to neutralize. This malic acid can irritate joint tissues, leading to a burning sensation, stiffness in the knees, and hip pain at night. Moreover, despite being less sweet, green apples still have a significant amount of natural sugar, which contributes to an increased risk of arthritis. 7. Mango, the natural candy that carries many risks. Mango is an attractive tropical fruit known as natural candy due to its rich sweetness and high content of vitamins and minerals. However, mango contains a very high amount of natural sugars, especially fructose. In older adults, this sugar can easily be converted into inflammatory substances, directly affecting the joints and the vascular system. Eating mangoes regularly, you may experience burning sensations in the feet, weak thighs, swollen ankles, and even nighttime cramps, symptoms indicating that the health of your legs is seriously threatened. For safe and good alternatives for your feet. Not all types of fruit are harmful to people over 60 years old. On the contrary, some fruits contain low sugar, are rich in antioxidants, have strong anti-inflammatory effects, contribute to protecting joints, improve blood circulation, and help keep the legs healthy and flexible. Then berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. These are fruits with a low glycemic index, rich in anthocyanins and powerful antioxidants. They help reduce arthritis inflammation, improve blood circulation, and protect the capillaries that nourish muscles and joints in the legs. Cherry. Besides its naturally mild sweetness, cherry also helps lower uric acid in the blood, preventing and reducing the risk of gout. Eating cherries helps soothe pain in the knees and ankles and improves mobility for the elderly. And avocado. Avocado is famous for its content of healthy fats, which help lubricate the joints, stabilize blood sugar levels, and increase the strength of muscles around the hips and knees. Avocado is also very rich in vitamin E, which has natural anti-inflammatory properties. Papaya. Papaya contains the enzyme papain, which helps break down inflammation-causing proteins, supports digestion, and reduces pain and joint swelling. This fruit is also easy to digest, making it suitable for the elderly. An action plan for healthy feet. To clearly feel the improvement in your legs, first, boldly remove the 7 types of fruits mentioned above from your daily diet for at least 2 weeks. Instead, choose berries, avocados, papayas, or cherries to supplement your nutrition, while enjoying the anti-inflammatory benefits, joint protection, and improved blood circulation. In addition to adjusting your diet, incorporate light daily exercise such as walking, yoga, or simple joint exercises. These activities not only help maintain muscle strength and joint flexibility, but also improve blood circulation and prevent dangerous blood clots. Pay attention to your body. After a short time, you will feel your legs lighter, less pain, and your steps more stable. You will regain confidence, independence, and joy with every step. Conclusion: the health of your feet is in your hands. Age is not a sentence for pain and weakness. If you know how to listen to your body and choose the right foods, you can completely maintain healthy, strong legs and fully enjoy life. Every piece of fruit you eat today will determine your steps tomorrow. You already know the 7 types of fruit to avoid, along with healthy alternative choices. Let's start making changes today. Eliminate pineapple, banana, grape, watermelon, orange, green apple, and mango from your daily menu. Instead, take advantage of the power of berries, cherries, avocado, and papaya. Just a little initiative, a little perseverance, and your feet will thank you with steady steps, days full of energy, and the happiness of being free to move. Let your 60s be the beginning of a new journey, a journey of health, independence, and an increasingly improved quality of life. Don't let small habits today become big obstacles tomorrow. The strength of your legs, freedom, and joy of life are always in your hands.